Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to Developer Maroof. In today's lesson, we'll learn about cloning and immutability in JavaScript. We'll see why copying objects isn't as simple as it looks, and how to work with data without accidentally changing the original. So let's start coding. So the first problem we face is reference and value. So let me add a comment first. Reference versus value. So in JavaScript, objects and arrays are stored by reference. When you assign one to another variable, both variables point to the same data. Let me give you an example. So let's create a variable called const original equals object. Inside our object we have name, which is Maroof, and we have age, which is 25. And now let's create another variable, copy equals, let's make a copy of original. Now if I change the value of copy, let's say copy dot age, because copy is equals to original object, so this variable has the access of this. So if we modify copy age equals 30, then let's see what happened. Let's add a log, and let's say first let's print our original object dot age, then let's print our copy dot age. If you save it, if you come in the console, both shows 30 because we didn't copy the object. We just created another reference to the same object. Changing one changes the other. So this is the same problem is with arrays as well. Let me show you that. Const array1 equals, let's say 1, 2, 3. And if I say const array2 and give a reference of array1, and if I change it to array2, or let's push another number, let's say array2 dot push. Inside that, let's push 4. So if we print both now, we will see 1, 2, 4. Let's print array 2 as well. Now in the console, both showing 1, 2, 4 because they point to the same array, this one. This is why we need cloning. I hope you understood the problem, why we use cloning. Let's comment these out. Now we have a concept called shallow copy. Let's add a comment, shallow copy. So a shallow copy creates a new object or array at the top level, but nested objects still share references. Let me show you practically. Let's create a variable called user equals object. Username will be Maroof, and its age will be 22. And now if I say const user copy and then equals object, now we should use spread operator then user. And now if I change user copy dot age to 30, now let's see what happened. Let's add a log, and let's say user dot age, copy this, and user copy dot age. So you see in the console we are getting 22 from the original one and 30 from the copy one. You see now they are independent. We have changed user copy to 30. That doesn't affect the original array because the spread operator we use here creates a new object, and this spread operator also works with arrays as well. Let me show you that. Now let's say const numbers or nums equals 1, 2, 3, and let's create a copy num or numbers copy equals array, then spread operator, then nums. Now let's push a number. Let's push 4. Nums copy dot push 4. Now if we see inside our logs, nums and nums copy, you will see spread operator works for arrays too. The original one remains the same, and the copy one has added 4 to it because we have push 4 to the copy array. We have another way to shallow copy the object with Object.assign. Let me show you one example on that too. Let's comment these console for now, and let's say const user copy 2 equals Object.assign, and inside that method we have an empty object comma user, which is this array. And now if we say user copy 2 dot name equals Ollie, and let's add a log, let's say user dot name and user copy 2 dot name. If you come inside our console, you will see Maroof and Ali. So Maroof is coming from original array, which is user right here, and we have created a copy of it right here and changed name to Ali, and we are getting that shallow copy as well. So the shallow copy don't work same way for the nested objects, so it causes problem with the nested objects. Let me show you one example for that too. Let's comment this consoles, and let's come here and create. First let's add some comments so we can understand. Let's say objects, and that comment right here arrays, and here object Object.assign, and right here let's add a comment shallow copy. This is a problem with nested objects. So let's create a nested object first. Let's create an object person equals, let's say name is Maruf, comma, let's create a nested object, let's say address, and address will be an object, then city, let's say Hyderabad. So this is our nested object. Let's create a shallow copy of it and let's see the problem. Let's say const person copy equals spread operator and our person. And now let's change person copy dot address dot city, and let's change city to Lahore, and let's see what we have inside our console if we print person address dot city. And now if you come inside our console, we have modified our city to Lahore. So that's a problem. It should not be modified, and we have changed our person copy address to city, but it is affecting to our person object as well. So the nested address object is still shared to this person copy. So changing city in the copy also changed the original one. That's why it's called a shallow copy. It only goes one level deep. So for nested objects, we can't create our shallow copies. So for that, we use deep copies. Let me show you the concept of deep copy as well. Let's comment this console, or let's comment everything from here. And from here, let's create a comment, deep copy. So a deep copy clones everything, including nested objects. There are two main ways to do this, with the JSON method or structured clone, whatever you prefer. Let me show you both. So let's come here and let's add a comment, JSON method, deep copy, or just create an object. Let's say person2 equals object. And inside this, we have name, Aruf, we have address. Sorry, we forgot the comma here. So we have address, and we have our nested object city is Hyderabad. And now we create a deep copy. Let's say deep copy 1 equals JSON.parse, and inside this we should use JSON.stringify person2. So we first stringify this object and then we parse again to this. And now if we modify it, let's say deep copy 1 dot address dot city equals Lahore, then if I come to console and add our first person2 dot address dot city and copy this and change it to deep copy 1, save it, and now you see we have created a copy of that object. So this is called a deep copy, which also can create a copy of nested objects as well. So basically JSON.stringify converts the object to a string, then JSON.parse converts it back to a new object, not the same object but new object. Now they are completely independent, but this method can't handle functions or special types like a date. So for that we have second method, which is structuredClone. Let me comment these consoles and let me show you that as well. So now we have structuredClone, and let's create an object person3 equals this name, let's say Maruf, and let's add address, and let's put city is Hyderabad, comma, let's put hobbies. So my hobbies are coding and reading. Let's say reading. And now if I say const deep copy 2 equals structuredClone, then inside that we can put our person3. Now we have created a deep copy of that object. So now if I modify it, deep copy 2 dot address dot city equals Lahore, or let's modify another one, dot hobbies. Let's push a hobby. Let's put anything like traveling. Sorry, I misspell. Now if I add a log, person3 dot address dot city, and let's add 3 more logs, and let's see the hobbies as well, hobbies. And for this we have a deep copy 2. This is also for deep copy 2 and hobbies. Save this. Now you see we have our original city Hyderabad from our person3, and we have original hobbies coding and reading, these ones same, and from our deep copy we have Lahore, which is modified one right here, and we have added a new hobby, traveling. So this is coming from here. So you see we have created a deep copy by using structuredClone. So it is a modern way to deep clone. It handles nested objects, arrays, dates, and more. The original stays completely untouched. Now let's comment these out and let me teach you one concept. which is very important, which is immutable patterns. So basically, immutability means never changing original data. Instead, we create new copies with our changes. Let me show you some common patterns for arrays and objects. So our first pattern, or let's say first let's add a comment, immutable arrays or array patterns. Now let's create an array. Let's create colors equals red. Sorry, it is a string. So inside a string we have green, we have blue. Let's add some spacing. Now our first common pattern is this one, const. Let's add any color inside our colors array. So let's say added equals array, then we can say spread operator, then colors, comma, add let's say yellow. Now if we log this, let's say added, you'll see we have 4 colors, red, green, blue, yellow. So we have added our new color like this. This is a first method. If you want to remove any, you can do it like this. Let's say const removed equals colors. You can filter out, let's say dot filter, and filter method gets a callback. So inside we can say color C. So each color, if the color is not equals to green, then show me that. So we have filtered green from our colors, so we will see other colors, not the green one. So if we add a console removed, now you see we are seeing red and blue because we have filtered our green color from this colors array. If you want to update, you can update it. Let me show you that as well. Let's say const updated equals colors dot with a map method. I have already covered these methods in a previous lessons. You can go and check it out. So we have a callback color, then inside this we can say if color is equals red, if it's true, then update it to pink. If it's not red, then keep the same color. So now we have updated this red to pink. Now if I add a log and see updated, you can see we have updated our red to pink. And let me show you our original array. It never changes, so the original array keeps the same. So this is the patterns of immutability. You see we have red, green and blue. It never updated or changed. So these were the patterns of arrays. Let me show you some patterns of object. So let's add a comment. Let's copy this out and paste it right here, and let's change it to object. Now let's create an object. Let's say const settings equals, let's say theme. The theme is dark. Then let's add a font size and make it 16. So now let's start with the first pattern, which is to add. So the same way you can add with spread operator. If I say const, let's add language. So let's name it with language equals object. Now we use spread operator and settings, comma, language, colon, and then let's say English. If I add a log, you will see with lang have added a new property called language English. So if you want to update it, you can also update it with this spread operator. So we use the same spread operator for adding and updating. Let's say with new theme, let's change the theme equals object and our spread operator, then settings, comma, let's change the theme to light. Now if I log this with new theme, you will see the theme is light and font size is 16, same as is, but we have updated this theme. Now to remove this, we use destructuring. So let me first say const, then destructure our properties. Let's say font size and our rest operator. Sorry, let's name it width or let's name it something without font size. You can name anything here. I'm just naming it properly. Let's destructure them from settings object. So from settings object, we have got font size and rest of the properties. So rest are this one. Now if we log our without font size, you will see we are getting only the theme dark, because inside this object we have already removed this with a spread operator. So what remains is this theme. If we add another property, then it will show theme and then the other property, not this one, because we have removed by using destructuring. So these patterns are essential in modern JavaScript, especially in frameworks like React. And you can see we have not changed our original object. You'll see it is as is. So that's it for today's lesson. You just learned about reference versus values, shallow and deep copy, and immutable patterns for arrays and objects. In the next lesson, we'll learn about functional programming concepts in JavaScript. If this helped you, like the video, subscribe, and share it with someone learning JavaScript. Jazakallahu khair for watching. Allah Hafiz.